going on with my computer here. Oh, there we go. So welcome everybody. I'm here for a live crafting session, and yes, I didn't put any notice up to say I was going to go live, but you know what? It's a Saturday morning and I thought, why not go live and do a bit of live crafting. So if you jump in, you get the notification. Please jump in, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. It takes a little while. There's a little bit of a delay until you actually get the notification that I've gone live. So please welcome and enjoy some crafting with me this morning. So if this is the first time that you have watched, my name is Donna Gray and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area. And there's my daughter on there. Hello, Denny, and Belinda. Hello, Leanne. Hello, welcome. So I decided that I wanted to jump on and show you some things that you may have actually overlooked in the catalogue, because I know I did. I had a catalogue launch party last weekend and my friend Rose Ward was using these split card texture dies. I think that's what they're called. Split card texture dies. Yep. Split card textures dies. And I was like, where in the world were they? And you know what? We have a lot of standalone dies this year in our annual catalogue. And it's super, super fun that we actually have them, because they're actually versatile dies that could be a staple in your craft room. So I wanted to use some of them today and let you know exactly how awesome some of these products are. And I also wanted to use a brand new product that we have, and I wanted to actually use it last week, but of course I ordered it and I put it in a safe place. And you know what happens when you put things in a safe place? You forget where that safe place is. So I have a pack of masking paper somewhere in my craft room, but for the life of me I couldn't find it, so I actually ordered another pack. So I'm actually going to show you a great technique using our new masking paper. And masking paper can be used for many purposes, but the one that I'm actually going to show you this morning is a really fun technique that you will actually love using in your craft room. And it's a great way of making a really effective card and using minimal supplies and minimal effort, really. All right, so first of all, I want to tell you about a few things that I have going on in my business at the moment, and then we will get to crafting. So of course we have our Global Creative Tutorial Bundle available at the moment, and I've got quite a few of them over on my website. We have the New Horizons one, which was last month, and we also have our gorgeous Artfully Layered as well. So these are two great brand new tutorials. Now you get 12 PDF tutorials and 12 video tutorials, all for the price of $22. So it's a pretty awesome deal to get these tutorials. Now they're available worldwide. So if you're watching me and you're from another country overseas and you're not from Australia, you can jump onto my website. They are an instant download. So you can actually purchase them from my website and download them straight away as soon as you pay your money. So there's no waiting for me to send it out to you. So they are absolutely a great way of getting yourself, giving you some creative inspiration when it comes to your crafting. Now I have many of them available over there on my website, and you can see, you can scroll through all of the ones that we've done. We are 12 top demos around the world that are bringing you these tutorials, and I can tell you every month I'm just absolutely amazed at some of the gorgeous creations that we come up with. So what we do is we concentrate on a product of suite or a bundle each month, and we all create something using that bundle. So if you own the On the Horizon, or if you own the Artfully Layered, you will absolutely love these tutorials. The other thing I wanted to let you know about is my Swedelicious Funfold Club. So registrations are open now for our June Swedelicious Funfold Club. And in the June Swedelicious Funfold Club, we're going to be using the Abigail Rose suite. So we will be using the Abigail Rose bundle, and we will also be showing you, these are Funfold cards that we create. So Rose and I will be creating those on the weekend and recording our videos, and at the beginning of the month we will be uploading our videos into a Facebook group. So for $70 Australian, you will actually get a pack of the Abigail Rose Designer Series paper, a roll of the natural finish ribbon, which is absolutely gorgeous. It's like a linen ribbon that's like about maybe an inch thick, but it's gorgeous. You can stamp on it. You can do so many things with this ribbon. It's gorgeous. And you will get a pack of the opal rounds as well. Now, you will also get access to the video. I do 3 Funfold cards in my video, and Rose does 3 Funfold cards in her video. Now, you can register by in the show more link down below. In the show more box down below, there's a link for the June Abigail Rose Swedelicious Funfold Club, and you get access to all of the other videos while you're in the Facebook group. While you're a paying customer for that month, you will actually get access to all the previous Funfold videos as well. So it's a great thing to be a part of, and we bring you a new suite every single month. So it's super, super fun. So that's actually coming up. And the other thing is the In Color Starter Kit. So the In Color Starter Kit is going to finish on Tuesday next week. So if you've been on the fence thinking about getting a discount on your products, I am telling you, this deal is too good to be true. You get over $350 worth of product, and you're only paying $169. If you have fallen in love with the new In Colors, you will get the whole 5 In Color ink pads. You will get a pack of the In Color cardstock. So you will get a pack of 20 In Color cardstock colors. So 20 sheets. You'll get 4 of each color, and you'll get a pack of the Designer Series paper in the In Colors, and you'll also get a pack of the grid paper for free. Plus, you get to choose $235 worth of product. Plus, you actually only pay $169. So the $235 worth of product, you can choose whatever product you want. Whatever is available in our online store, you're able to put into your starter kit. Now, the most value that you get is being a part of a crafty community. So once you actually join, you'll get a discount on your products, and that is really, really awesome. But you'll actually get people that you will actually be able to meet, make friends with, and be in a really awesome crafty community when you join our Wild Heart Crafters team. So if you're thinking about it, please don't hesitate. Give me a call. I'm going to be available after I do this live video today. I'm going to be available all day. So if you have any questions or anything that you may be stopping you from thinking about joining, or you just want to actually discuss the joining offer with me, please feel free to reach out to me on my mobile, and you will find that will be in the description in the show more box down below, and also in the description of the video if you're watching over on Facebook. So please, it's a really awesome deal, and there's only a few days left. 4 days left. 4 days left to get this awesome deal. So please make sure, if you've been thinking about it, that you actually decide to call me and have a chat about it. So I wanted to show you a couple of, a couple of things here that I have that I wanted to actually use this morning, so that you can see how they work. So there's a couple of, this is our masking paper. So we have a pack of the masking paper, and I'm actually going to do a great, wonderful thing showing you how to use the masking paper and the framed occasion stamp set. But we also have these standalone dies, which are absolutely gorgeous. So we have the deckled rectangles. Now, I'm going to use these today on the card that we create, and you can see here that they've got like it's sort of like that faux torn look. So the masking paper is going to come in really, really handy, because I'm going to show you something that I'm going to do with that as well, and then use these rectangles. So that will be fun. I've also pulled out a couple of things that we can use to embellish our work with these dies. We've got the Enchanting Details dies. So you can see here, this is a gorgeous pack of dies. We have a corner floral die that we can use. We have gorgeous like moon and stars, cute little bird boxes, cute little wall hangings like as in the Plentiful Plants that we had, cute little foliage, little flowers, a gorgeous Christmas thing. So that there would be a great set of dies to have in your craft room, just as a staple, that if you wanted to embellish something and you're making, say, a Christmas card, maybe a baby card with the moon and the stars, maybe a thank you card using the gorgeous hanging pot. So many, many different uses for these beautiful standalone dies. And then there are another set. I know I'm going to absolutely blow your mind when you see these dies. This is another set. These are called the Artisan Editions dies. So we've got another gorgeous corner piece there. We've got a gorgeous texture die that will cut texture out of our cardstock, and we've also got a beautiful overlay that would absolutely be gorgeous as well. So there are a couple. There is more sets of dies, but I didn't want to overwhelm you with too much today. But anyway, let's get into the masking paper technique first, and we will just see where this crafting takes us. All right, so first of all, I'm just going to grab a piece of my basic white. Now I've cut that at a normal layer size that I would normally be using on a card, but I'm just going to grab a scrap piece of paper that I can pop underneath my work surface here. I can grab a scrap piece. Yeah. Where's a scrap piece of paper when you're looking for one? All right, I might just use one of these. Okay, that one there. All right, so we've got a scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to use some blending brushes as well. And I'm just going to create a really, really fun technique here. So I'm going to grab out my masking paper. So in our masking paper, we have 12 sheets in this masking paper. So I'm just going to pull it out. Okay. Now it has here, so can you see here we have like a little piece of that we can pull up. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to create a really fun look here. So I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to tear it. Okay, so I want to tear like this, and we want to get a great torn look. Okay, so we have a torn look there. Now I'm actually going to, and it's going to be a bit harder to get these apart. I was thinking that when I was tearing it, that it's probably going to be harder to get it apart. We might actually go on this one here. Let's tear that off. Okay, we'll tear that off, and I'm going to tear again down here like this. Now, if you're someone OCD and can't cope with doing this, then please, by all means, turn away. Just kidding. All right, so I'm actually going to do that, and I'm going to stick that on my card. Okay, just like that. Okay, can you see that? Now, I also want these two side pieces, and I want to eventually get that backing off them. So I'm going to do a couple of different types of cards here. So it's sticky, it's stuck down, and we're on that gorgeous piece of basic white. I'm just going to get rid of that so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm going to use my blending brushes, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a combination of Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, maybe Bermuda Bay. Okay, so I'm going to grab my blending brush. Now, I've used this blending brush with Pool Party before, so I'm just going to grab my Pool Party, and with my blending brush, I'm just going to start by creating just a really nice light blended look on my card. So I always tend to start with the lightest color first, and then I will gravitate more into the darker colors. So I actually do use the same blending brush when I'm doing this. I'm going to gravitate in and use the Coastal Cabana. So now this is going to add a little bit more color. So I want a little bit more color on the outside edge and a little bit more color down that torn piece. Okay, so same thing over on this side, a bit more color on that torn edge, and then a bit more color on that outside edge. Okay, so you can see there I'm getting a little bit of blending happening. Now I'm going to go into the Bermuda Bay, which is the darker color again, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add more color on that outside edge and a little bit more blending on the inside edge. A little bit more on that inside edge. Okay. Bit more on the outside edge and a little bit more on that inside edge. Now we can go back and we can blend a little bit more after a while. Now I'm actually going to take some of the stamps. I'm going to leave those open. I'm going to take some of the stamps and we're going to mount those up. And we're just going to do some random stamping here. So I'm going to mount up this cute little leafy image on that block. Okay, we've got a smaller, we might do that one on that block. And we might do we want the flower? We could do the flower and we could also do the leaves. So I'll do the flower on a small block. So this is the stamp set called Framed Occasions. So it's got lots of different elements in it that we can use for this type of card. So when you're doing this type of card, for the stamped images, you need some different variances when it comes to the stamps that you're going to use. Hey, Tony, how you going? Oh, yes, no problem. If you wanted to give me a call, no problem whatsoever. It would be awesome to have you back again. I thought you might. I did put that comment the other day about that. It's time that you rejoin again. That would be awesome. And you know what? It's a great deal, Tony. So you get so much more for your money. So, all right. So I'm going to actually start with my lightest color. And I'm going to do... I'm going to do the leaves in the lightest color, so Pool Party. So I'm just going to randomly stamp some leaves, and I'm stamping over that masked paper, and that's totally okay. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side, randomly stamping some leaves in Pool Party. Okay. Then I'm actually going to take this cute little leafy foliage, and I'm going to do it in Coastal Cabana. So we're going to do another thing again. We're going to stamp in Coastal Cabana and just randomly stamping. Okay, same thing over here. Changing it and turning it around all different ways, and it's totally okay to stamp over the images that you've already got there if you want to do that. Then I'm going to go darker again, and I'm actually going to use the Bermuda Bay. I'm going to use this color as well. So we're going to stamp randomly again using this gorgeous stamp. This honestly is my favorite stamp out of this whole set. I'm going to do that. So just the idea of doing this is just being really, really random with how you do it. Now I've got this gorgeous flower, and I'm going to use the lightest color because it's a fairly solid flower. So I'm going to use the lightest color, and I'm just going to stamp where I think I can get a little bit of that image. So this is Pool Party I'm using again. Okay. And the beauty of it is when we actually take this masking paper off, that's when the actual fun, that's when the magic actually appears. All right, so now I'm actually going to take some of the darker Bermuda Bay and I'm going to make this a little bit more obvious. So I'm going to grab some more ink, some of the Bermuda Bay, and I'm just going to go through where that torn look is. Okay, so just like that. Grab some more, and I'm going to do the same on this side. right through where that torn look is. Now, the idea of doing the darker bit on where the torn part is, it really accentuates what you're going to see when we remove this. Okay, so I'm going to go around the edges again as well with that darker color. And don't be scared to play around with the colors here. Don't be scared to add a fair bit of color if you want to add a fair bit of color. Now I'm going to get most of that off, most of that ink out of that blending brush. And I'm going to go into the pool party again. And I'm going to go pretty heavy with the pool party over all of it. Okay, now going over all of it with the pool party, it smooths out all of your blending, and the lighter color just blends everything all together. So it smooths it all out and makes it a much more smoother blended look. Okay, so you can see there we've got a pretty awesome look. But this is when the magic happens, when we actually take the masking paper off. So you ready? Now you could save this masking paper for another time because it's fairly sturdy. So you could probably use it a few times. So I'm just going to pull this masking paper off. It's fairly sticky. So just be careful when you're pulling it off that you're not, it is very sticky. But you can see this is where the magic is going to happen. Look at this. Can you see it appearing? Oh, and my masking paper tore there a little bit. Let me go the other way. So let's pull it this way. So just be really, really careful when you're pulling the masking tape off. A little bit of the edgings come off, but we'll get that. Flick that up. Get it to come to. There we go. Maybe not stick it down as hard as what I did. This is my first time using it. So there you go. Hint, don't stick it down quite so hard. But it's come up looking a treat. There you go. And can you see there? I stuck it a little bit hard and I've torn that, but that's okay. We can cover that. There's no mistakes in crafting. But can you see that gorgeous look? So whatever you do, don't actually stick it down as hard as what I did. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue in behind there. Okay. All right. So, of course, we can, I wanted to use these rectangle dies. I'm hoping that this one, it will be big enough. Can I do that one? Is that one too big? I feel like it might be too big. No. Yes, just a smidge too big. All right, so we're going to do this one. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to do something else. I'm going to do another rectangle on here that's going to cover that. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to cut one of these rectangles out using this gorgeous rectangle die. So you can see there, it gives you that faux torn look. So other than me pressing too hard on that masking paper, but that's how we learn. I mean, we all make mistakes. See, I'm not perfect. Oh dear. And of course, for it to be happening on a live video, even better. That's a really good way for you to give everything a trial run, isn't it? Okay. So now I'm actually going to run that rectangle. I wonder whether I can get that large rectangle. I may be able to do this. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try, because we've got enough there. Okay, I'm going to do something here. So see how I haven't got enough, it's just too small. So I'm actually going to try being able to cut it down just a smidge to get it to actually have the effect. All right, so I'm going to run that one through. Now, this is the new magnetic plate. It is fantastic. So if you haven't got the new magnetic plate and it's been on your wish list, I'm telling you, it's available and it is awesome. All right, so I've actually got that. That's going to give us that look. Okay, now I'm going to just pop it. Just going to pop it on there. Look at that. I'm just going to pop it on there and cut that side. And we're going to get that torn look. See, when all else fails, improvise. Look at that. And now we have that gorgeous shape. Okay. Then I'm actually going to run the smaller one through. Using that plate. So let's run that one back through. So we now have a smaller rectangle to go on there. So it gives that, these rectangles give that torn type of look. You could rough them up a little bit if you wanted to, but you can see here that we're going to get a really nice effect there. All right. Well, actually, I don't even mind it that way. Anyway, we will see what we're going to do. All right, so now I'm going to use some of the stamps in here to stamp a gorgeous sentiment on the front here. Okay. I'm going to use some of those little flower stamps, but I also want to use, what's this? Wishing you the best day ever. When will the mini be available, Margaret? I have no idea. Haven't heard when that mini one's going to be available yet. Have not heard any talk about it at the moment, but yeah. I'm telling you, the one for the big cut and emboss, fantastic. It is awesome. All right, so we're going to do Bermuda Bay, wishing you the best day ever. And then I'm going to bring in that scrap piece of paper again. Okay, and we will just do a little bit of blending with our brush, just around the edges. And then, of course, we will do this one. And we will do this one. That one. And, of course, the flower. Might actually, yeah, we might actually pop it over a little bit like that so we can see that nice torn look. All right, and of course we will go with a Bermuda Bay card base. You love my scrap paper, it looks fantastic. All right, so we're going to do that, and we're going to do that, and I think I'll bring in a
Coastal Cabana layer.
So just bear with me while I grab my trimmer. So that and that. Okay. Like that. And I feel like I need a little bit of something in underneath this. So I feel like I need maybe a Coastal Cabana layer in underneath that we can get it to, let me see what size it is. It is, we could do 2 3/4 by 4 1/8. Let's try that. 2 3/4 by 4 1/8. 2 3/4 by 4 1/8. Let's see what that looks like in behind that one. So you get the whole thought process. Oh yes, that looks better. What do you think? Definitely looks better with that layer in behind, I think. All right, so let's start gluing that together. So these deckled rectangles, I think, will be definitely a great thing to have in your craft room. So we have that. You love it, Bree? Janet says definitely. Okay. So we'll add that to that. Just brings out that gorgeous edging as well. Oh, thanks, Teresa. How are you? Hello. All right, so then I think I'll pop it up on dimensionals on the front. Okay. Actually, you know what would make that really, really pretty is some gorgeous ribbon. And I don't know whether it's still, let me just check on the ribbon situation. I just need to check and see if this ribbon is still in our new catalogue. Sometimes I get my ribbons and I have them all hoarded up. Yes, it is. Okay. Awesome. It's actually one of my favorite ribbons. I've got one open down here. Grab it. It's the gorgeous sheer pool party ribbon that I wanted to use. I just needed to double check that it was still in our new catalogue because I absolutely love, love, love this ribbon. Now, I think I want to actually put some around, if I can find my glue. Yeah, it is there. It's just hiding in behind. I want to wrap some around this layer here. Now, this is a really sheer ribbon, so it's very soft. If you don't want to overpower too much of your project, if you want just a really, really soft look, this ribbon is absolutely perfect for that. Because it's sort of like having ribbon, but you're not really having ribbon. Does that make sense? Putting ribbon on it, but you're not really putting ribbon on it. I'm going to pop that layer up as well. So I've got that there ready to pop up, but I'm going to pop this one up too. Why not add dimension? Seeing I am the dimensional queen and I love dimensionals, why not add a bit more? It's your favorite ribbon, Brie? Mine too. I love it. Absolutely Absolutely love it. Yes, it's pool party ribbon. Is that what you were saying? The mesh ribbon, Teresa's saying. Yeah, you won't regret getting, Jeanette, you won't regret getting the magnetic plate. I can tell you, I absolutely love it. Love, love, love it. It's very heavy and very sturdy, but it is fantastic to use. The dies don't jump around on it, which is great. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that. Sorry, I'm out of screen there. Pop that onto my card. There, like that. Then we're going to pop that one up there like, oh, I sort of don't. I'm going to pop it over towards there, because I'm going to cover up all of that gorgeous blending if I... No, I'm going to pop it over there. We're going to see a bit of it, so it's not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to pop that there, and then of course I'm going to do a bow, because we need to have a bow. And you'll see even when I use the bow, just how sheer it is. Like it actually, I feel like it's like ribbon that you're having when you're not really having ribbon. Bit of a Clayton's ribbon, if you know what I mean. Gorgeous ribbon though. And I've just tied a really bad bow, but let me see if I can get it. I think it will be all right. Teresa's saying to the left. Yeah, I put it to the left. But I do feel like it sort of covered up a bit of that blending. But that's okay. That's totally okay. I'm okay with that. All right. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Seal Plus just there on that layer and on that ribbon. And that's where my bow is going to go. Give me a bit of... There we go. Bit of Seal Plus. Okay. Now, of course... we need an embellishment, and I think what the perfect embellishment for this would be these gorgeous brand new 2021-2023 opal rounds, in color opal rounds. Absolutely stunning. So I'm actually going to use these ones here, even though they are for soft succulent, they will still, I think, go with this card really, really pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to go one there and a little one and maybe a little one there. I could probably do another couple. Now, of course, for the insert, I would do a similar thing for the insert to bring out that same look. So now if I hadn't ruined my mask that I had, I would have been able to do the insert really, really easily. But I'll see if I can actually undo one of these. If I can get the backing sheet off this one, we will see if we can do that. I should be able to, surely. There you go. Okay, so I've got the backing sheet off. Now, seeing as we had that issue with what it did, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take the masking paper and stick it onto my skin. Stick it on my skin, pull it off. Stick it on my skin and pull it off. Now, this is a hint that if you have something that's too sticky, do it on your skin a couple of times. Now, that's just taking the real stickiness off. Plus, it's probably waxed my my arm a little bit. But then I'm going to stick that just there like that. Okay, I'm going to bring in my paper again. I'm going to bring in that blending brush and I'm going to blend. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're actually going to take the Coastal Cabana, add a little bit more color. I'm going to take the Bermuda Bay and add more color just on those edges. You love the colors, Rebecca? Beautiful, aren't they? All right, so now we're going to do another series of stamping again. So we're going to do same thing as what we did at the front. I'm going to stamp, this is the Coastal Cabana, so we're going to stamp randomly. And I mucked up that one, but that's okay. And then Bermuda Bay for this one. And I mucked up that one too. Trying to go too quick, but that's okay. We will cover with our cute little flower. Look at that. No one would ever know that we mucked up that. Okay, and back through with those open leaves. We'll just go over the top. Like that. And then, of course, look at that. So much better when we've actually taken the stickiness off with our skin. Okay, so that to me would be the definite thing to do, because it's really, really sticky. And I mean, this is why we learn by our mistakes. And don't ever think that it is a major mistake because you've mucked up something like that. We've seen that we were able to add a layer over the top where it pulled up the cardstock. So crisis averted, and we have a beautiful card. So I just pop that in there. Now I could also go and grab an envelope. Oops. And we could, there's the insert. Okay, so you've definitely bought some of the front of the card to the inside of the card. Okay, and then if I grab an envelope, now I'll just go and grab one. Now, I don't know whether most of you know this. We sell envelopes. Stampin' Up sell envelopes. Now, I remember when I was first started out with crafting, I used to think, why would I buy envelopes from Stampin' Up when I could buy envelopes at the supermarket really cheap, or I could buy envelopes, you know, like at the office supplies place really, really cheap. Now, I have to tell you, no envelopes that you buy from places like Officeworks or from the supermarket are as awesome to stamp on and color on as what our Stampin' Up envelopes are. Now, who out there would agree with me? Our Stampin' Up envelopes are absolutely so smooth and luscious to be able to stamp on. They are absolutely stunning to use, and you can stamp on them really, really nicely. Okay, so I'm actually going to use that mask again that we used there. I'm going to grab my blending brush, which is over here. I'm going to blend a little bit again. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of stamping, and I just closed all my ink pads, but we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So this is on the corner of our envelope, and it's then going to create a really gorgeous matching envelope for our card. And there's nothing better than our recipients getting a gorgeous handmade card like this and seeing a beautiful stamped envelope. When you pick up that beautiful stamped envelope out of your letterbox, you know that there's going to be a gorgeous creation inside. Okay, and there you have a gorgeous envelope. Now we could do the same thing on the back here. We could do that across there like that, and we could blend with our blending brush. So you can see here, I'm actually not even adding any more ink to my blending brush because there's enough ink in the blending brush to get the effect that we want. Now, we can stamp again. Oops, and I've done that in Pool Party, but that's okay. I actually like to write who it's from, so I like to leave a bit of a space there to be able to write who it's from. We'll do the Bermuda Bay one. There. And do a little bit coming down through there. And a little bit coming down through there. And then, of course, our Pool Party flower. Okay. You only wish they did not use sticky on the flaps. The humidity here messes them up. Okay, so Jeanette, the thing that I can suggest to you is to make sure that you have them in their bag. Don't take them out of their bag, because I do agree with you when it comes to that. And there we have a gorgeous flap on the outside of the envelope as well. So how gorgeous is that for someone to get that in the post? What do you think? Give me the thumbs up if you absolutely love that great masking technique. Please give me the thumbs up. That helps me with my videos and helps get them out to more people. And please, if you haven't shared this video, please share it back onto, if you're on YouTube, share it back onto Facebook. You'll find the share button down below. Or if you're watching the replay back later on, please feel free to share, because the more you share, the more people get to see this fun crafting session we have. Okay, so that was using the deckled rectangle dies. So now I actually want to move on, and I want to use these gorgeous split card dies. I think I've got, where have I got those? Artisan ones. No, actually I'm going to use the artisan ones. Am I going to use them? Yeah, I am. I'm going to use them. Let's use that set. Okay. So I'm going to keep with the same color scheme as what I'm doing here today. So I'm going to create a card. Now, first of all, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to change up the color scheme. Okay. I'm going to change up the color scheme a little bit. So let's use these 3 dies. I'm going to grab them out. Now, these ones here are called the Artisan Editions dies, okay? So, pop that over there. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out of vellum, because I think it's absolutely stunning. And I think to be able to cut it out of a sheet of vellum will just be absolutely gorgeous. So we'll do that. I have a different colour scheme in mind. I was going to use the same colour scheme, but I've decided I'm going to use a bit of a different colour scheme. All right. So first of all, I'm going to do this gorgeous die. And we're going to grab the plate. Now I want to turn that on a bit of an angle so that we don't have, actually, you know what? I'm going to do that and have it on an angle. Okay, so the reason that I'm doing this and popping this on an angle, can you see here I've got it on a bit of an angle? Because it's got a straight edge, we don't want that straight edge going straight through our cut and emboss machine, because you just joined up, you can't wait. I've got a Facebook user. Who is the Facebook user that's saying, I just joined up and can't wait to learn more? Please tell me what your name is. All right. Because you're obviously in my private Facebook group. So I can see your comment, but I just can't, it just says Facebook user. So just tell me who it is. Type in who just joined up and can't wait to learn more. It might be Christina. Is it Christina? All right. So we have this gorgeous vellum look. I can get it off my plate. There. Oh, are you ready for this? How stunning is this? And I've still got bits to pull out. How stunning is that? Okay, so I'm just going to pop that. Tanya. Oh, Tanya. Okay. Well, welcome, Tanya, and I'm glad that you're learning more. All right. So I'm just going to get rid of that off my plate. Okay. And then I'm actually going to bring in, we've got this gorgeous rose gold foil. So I think what I'm actually going to do, I've got a small piece here. I don't think I do. Okay, I'm going to cut that and get a smaller piece. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that gorgeous flower die and use it here on this. Okay, and I'll run that through there. Let me turn it that way. Paper hugs, not much more dollars. Okay, look at this. This is stunning. Oh my Lord. How gorgeous is that? Yeah, Belinda, great idea. Jeanette, grab a silica pack found in shoe boxes with some online clothing and put in with your envelopes. There you go. Great tip, Belinda. I'm going to pop that up so that everyone can see. Now, this is, Belinda was saying, for the envelopes and the sticky bit on our envelopes, that with the humidity, sometimes they stick together, and that's not what you want to happen. So if you pop in, the little tiny little packets that you get that keep your shoes dry, you also get them in handbags and things. Okay, so we've got these two pieces here. So that's those two dies. Now, I wonder, you're probably not going to see that, but I might use that on the inside of the card. So we've got that. We've got that. Okay. I love, love, love this gorgeous paper from the Textured Chic Suite. So I'm going to actually use this gorgeous paper. If you didn't see my live video that I did on Thursday, then by all means, please go back over and watch that live video. Of course, after this one, because I made a pretty stunning card, if I do say so myself. All right, so I'm going to cut a layer for this. We will do that by... Oh, I cut it the wrong way. Let's go the other way. Blah. Okay, that way. But that's okay. We can use that for something else. Okay, and that. I love, love, love this. This is my favorite sheet. Out of the whole entire set, it's my favorite sheet. Okay, just checking out. And I'm going to grab a Blushing Bride card base. And I think I also want to cut a layer. Now, please don't scream at me when you see me cut this layer. Because you're probably thinking, oh my Lord, don't use all that foil in underneath there. And I do agree. So what I might do, because I want to pop that in behind there, okay? So I do agree. It's too much foil to be using in behind there. So let's cut this out. Let's put this in here. and cut that out, and I can have that for another project. So I'm just going to grab my cut and emboss again and bring that in. And we will cut that layer. Just clean that off. Okay, so let's cut this out so that we've got this layer, and then we can still use that backing and behind. Hey Matthew, how you going? And did you hear that big crunch? I didn't turn it on its side. So that I just told you, make sure you don't put a straight edge going straight through. It's at a little bit of an angle, but not enough of an angle. It needed to be more of an angle so that you didn't get that big crunch with your machine. Oh, this is even more stunning. Look at that. Foil cardstock, honestly, is gorgeous, Tanya. You really, really need to order some foil. Now that you've got a discount, order some foil, because I'm telling you, you will absolutely love it. Now, I actually want to use this and then this. On my card. But, oh, my Lord, that would look gorgeous as well. Anyway, I'm not changing up my mind. I'm going to keep going with the plan that I had. All right, so now I'm actually going to add, this is going to be my frame that's, sorry, my edging that's going to go around my paper. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue all the way around the outside, because there's no middle to my foil now. We don't want to get glue all over our desk. Hey, Barry, how you going? Nice that you've jumped on. Okay. There. All right, so we've got that. Now I'm just going to pop that aside because it takes a while for glue to adhere to our foiled layer. Okay, so I'm going to fold this in half. I'm actually going to use that other the other die, the texture die, on a white layer on the inside, and I'll show you what it will actually do. So I'm just going to grab an inside layer. Should be that one at the back there. Okay, so I feel like with this, I just want to add a little bit of texture just in through there. So I'm just going to grab my cut and emboss again. And also too, you could actually see how I've got all these pieces still left on my cut and emboss. You could keep all those pieces and piece them back into that. But now if you had some of the press and seal, if you could get them all to stay on your magnetic plate like that, you could put your press and seal over the top and then pick them all up, and then you could paper piece them into that. And look how awesome that would look. Gorgeous. Okay, so that's an idea, but I'm not going to do that this morning because we don't have time. I'm just going to throw those all in the bin. People are probably screaming out, going, don't throw them out. Okay. I'm going to go just like that and run that through. And this is going to be for the inside of my card. Can you see that? How awesome is that? Hey, Kay, how you going? And these pieces too, you could actually cut it out of a different color as well, and you could piece them back into that as well, if that's if you're into paper piecing. All right, and then when I pop that on the inside, You can see there. You're going to get that gorgeous look on the inside. So I think I also could, with this, I could also add a corner. So I could use it as a bit of a mask. Because it's foil, we're able to do that. I'm going to grab my Blushing Bride. And I'm just going to do a little bit of blending here with my brush, just to give a little bit of a pattern there and there. Now I need my scrap piece of paper again. Wow, I've got a mess here. And I need to make sure I don't get in the green, but anyway, there. Okay, so I'm just going to do that on that corner. Just a bit of blending on that corner. And look at that. How awesome is that? And then I can still whip it over and use it on that side. Ah, these guys. Ah, stunning, stunning. Okay. So Tanya's saying, I never throw any offcuts out. They will or can be used for anything, even in a confetti card. So true. Very true. Okay, so I'm going to do that on the inside. So I'm actually not going to put any writing, any stamped sentiment or anything on the inside, because I think that's just gorgeous. I did make a beautiful card. Ah, okay. Are you talking about the card that I did yesterday? Not yesterday, Thursday. I know, it was stunning. I still have it. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you're not on my email list, please join my email list and you will get the measurements for that gorgeous card. I'm just wondering whether I have it here. I think I actually put it away this morning. Okay, so I'm going to pop that layer up. It was an altered triple floating diamond card. Is that what's called? Floating diamond card. It was an altered one for our Australian measurements, so that it will fit into one of our standard envelopes. Okay. All right. So we're going to pop that up on the front. Like so. There. This is absolutely stunning. So we're actually going to pop that. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to blend that. I'm going to use my blending brush and I'm going to, well, you don't mind if you see part of that advert there. I'm going to blend with my blending brush and turn that into, I'm going to turn it into a gorgeous pinkish color. So we're just going to blend with our blending brush over the top of our vellum. Okay. And that's going to make it, yes, stand out better. Can you see that? So it's made it stand out better on that designer series paper. It was a little bit too, it faded away too much. So I wanted to actually really see it a lot better. So you can see there, it's made it come out a lot nicer on the front there. So that and this gorgeous die cut down here. Okay. All right, so we're going to add some glue on the back of that vellum. So just around the outside. And maybe some just on the inside there. Just on some spots. Okay, so I'm going to pop that down and then I'm going to put a block on it so that it will hold it in place. So we're just going to pop that there. Let me grab my big block and pop that on there. So then that will let that glue adhere. Now I'm going to, while I've got that happening, I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of this gorgeous die cut. Okay, so just some little dobs. And then we will add that to the corner of that gorgeous vellum. How stunning is that? Okay, let's pop that on top again. Don't move, don't move. Try and get it to adhere a little bit first. Bree saying, get on my email list. It's an epic card. I'll see if I can find it. I brought all my cards up. I had it sitting downstairs all morning. Hang on, I'll see if I can find it. I did. I found it. And it's made me absolutely want to play with this beautiful foil. Okay, are you ready for it? I'll show you. This is it here. Okay, so it folds out and can sit like that. So you can see there. Or it can actually sit like that. And honestly, when you see it sitting like that, front on, it looks absolutely gorgeous. It's really hard to show in a video. It's really hard to show the full extent of absolutely how nice it can actually look. But yeah, so, and it folds flat. So you can fold that side over, and then pop it into an envelope. So, and it's not difficult at all. Exactly, Bree. So Bree made a comment saying that that I showed step by step how to do it, and it actually wasn't that hard. And I think sometimes if we can break things down and not overthink them, I think, yeah, like it's so much easier when you see somebody just do it step by step. Okay, so I'm actually going to do Thankful We Are Friends because I think that's really, really cute. So I'm going to grab that and pop that onto a block. Thankful We Are Friends. And then I'm actually going to grab just a piece of basic white and I'm going to stamp it in Blushing Bride. Thankful We Are Friends. Now I'm going to stamp that there like that because I want to grab some punches, and don't get mad at me when you see the punches that I use because you can't get them anymore. But you could use layering circles. I'm hoping that these ones, I don't think the oval one, no, the oval one's not going to fit. Okay, so I'm hoping that this is a 1.5 inch circle, but you could use your layering circle. So the 1.5 inch circle is going to fit that. And then of course I've got a 1 3/4 inch circle. And I'm going to punch out in the gold, in the rose gold foil. Okay. That out of the way. So you can see here, then we can layer that up. And I think I'm just going to pop it there. And you know what? I don't think I'm actually even going to put any ribbon on it because I don't think it actually really needs it. I think it's got enough going on with it at the moment. I'm just going to grab my dimensionals. Okay. So the only question I'm going to ask, and I need a little bit of help, I've got some embellishments and we've got to work out exactly what embellishments I should use with this because I've got a combination of, we have these gorgeous, the brushed metallic adhesive back dots, or I was thinking we have, can someone tell me, are the polished dots, are they still in our catalogue? Let me see. I'm just going to go and have a look. So we've got Thankful We Are Friends. I'm going to look again because I don't want to use anything that's not in our catalogue. Now, if you're wondering where you find the embellishments in your catalogue, they're on pages 142. I'm going to close that ink pad up so I don't get anything all over me. So they're on pages it starts on 141. Do we have polished dots still? Number 7. No, iridescent rhinestones. I don't think we do. They are gorgeous though. I don't think we do. Well, look at that. No polished dots. We've got opal rounds. Okay, so I'm going to have to use something else. Can't use those. I'm going to have to use something else. What can I use? Oh, there is some really here. Iridescent basic pearls. The glossy dots can't see polished. Yeah, I can't see polished dots either. That's a shame because I just want to show you how gorgeous are they. They would have definitely went with this. I'll have to take them out of my pack. Okay, so we've got iridescent basic pearls, or we've got the, hey Paula, how you going? Or we've got the brushed metallic dots because I thought I could use these gorgeous rose gold ones. So what do you think? The brushed metallic adhesive back dots or the iridescent pearls? Tell me which ones you think I should use. And I'll clean up a little bit here so I don't end up with things everywhere. I've got dyes just floating around here. Okay, so let's put that there, that there. The metallic dots, brush metallic dots. Everyone's thinking brush metallic dots. I think that's the way I'm going to go as well. All right, so I'll grab my take your pick tool, and I've lost the one that I want to use that has my sticky end on it, but we'll just use that. Okay, so just going to pick up that one. I think I'm going to, well, I haven't glued that on yet. I think I'm going to put that down there. I think there, and maybe another one just down there. And then a couple just in here. And maybe a little one just down the bottom here. And then I think I'll pop that up on dimensionals. Ah, so they were in the mini. I didn't think about that one. I was thinking just the annual. Thank you, Janet. So there you go. They are available. and I think they would have looked absolutely gorgeous. So they're called the Polished Dots. So they're in our January to June mini catalogue. So they will obviously be retiring soon. All right, so there you go. I didn't think I had things that weren't current on my desk, but you never know. All right, so there you go. What do you think? So these dies, I'm telling you, are beautiful. We have our gorgeous, the deckled rectangles. Is that what they're called? Deckled rectangles. So we've used those on this one. And these were the artisan editions dies. So you can see two beautiful cards. Hey Rose, how you going? Hey Reggie, hello. That's Rose and Reggie, my friends from New York. So awesome that you've jumped on to watch a video. So there you go, two awesome, beautiful cards. And as I said, these standalone dies that I didn't know were in the catalog, you may be overlooking them, but you will be able to browse through the back of the catalog. So in the back of the catalog, you will find a section. So I just want to show you where you're going to find these dies because there's so many in here. Okay, so the artisan editions is that one there. The other ones that I used were this one here, the deckled rectangles. So on page 170, deckled rectangles. All of the links for the dies that I've used are in the show box down below. But you can see we've got delicate edge dies. We've got the enchanting details dies were the ones that I showed you earlier. Fancy frames dies. We have the designer tags dies down here. We have a great cracker and treat box dies. I went through and I bought all of them. Like I did an order and bought all of them, honestly. But we have so many gorgeous dies that you could be using. The mini pocket envelope dies, these pretty pop-up dies, I'm going to use those. I haven't actually had a play with them, so I'm going to actually use them pretty soon in a video. This one here is a gorgeous embossing folder and the Twigs and Sprigs dies, so that's actually absolutely beautiful. The lattice one, the birdcage bundles, yeah, this split card textures dies, this is what Rose got me at on our catalog launch last weekend. So I've got those and I'm going to have a bit of a play around with those. Don't forget the lattice one plus the birdcage bundles. I'm looking at there's so many. Yeah, so many, and then you go into our embossing folders. So some gorgeous dies that we have. So if you're interested, you're now going to play with what you have and incorporate other things to make something. Yep, well done, Tanya. I'm glad that I've inspired you to get in and get crafting. But as you can see, two gorgeous cards using the masking paper as well. So don't forget that masking paper. It's super to try, but make sure you definitely, get some of the stickiness off before you actually stick it onto your Matthew, your mother has catalogs, so you'll have to ask your mother for a catalog, Matthew, because she's actually a Stampin' Up demonstrator, so she will actually have a catalog. So you can actually probably order one from her. Yeah. Okay. All right. So thank you everyone for spending a bit of time with me this morning. So once again, don't forget that awesome joining offer. So if you actually love what I've done today and you want to get some products and you want to get them at a really awesome price, then the joiner kit, the in color starter kit is absolutely awesome. And I have had quite a lot of people that have joined our team this month using this awesome special. You get over $350 worth of product for only $169. So this in color products that you get the 5 in color ink pads, you get all the in color ink colored cardstock in A4, you get a multi-pack of that, you get a mixture pack of the designer series paper, you also get some grid paper to protect your surface. That is all free. Plus, you get to choose $235 worth of product and you only pay $169. So you could put some of these gorgeous dies or the masking paper into a starter kit, and then you can enjoy a 20% discount while you stay current with Stampin' Up, and you get to be a part of my crafty community. So joining is, honestly, I've always said that the joining deal is always the best deal in the book. It's always the best value that you're ever going to get with Stampin' Up is the joining offer, but then you get to be a part of my Wild Heart Crafters community. So it's super, super awesome. So if you've been sitting on the fence and you're thinking about it, by all means, as I said, give me a call if you wanted to talk over any of the details and you wanted to know any of the information about joining. There is absolutely no hidden catches at all. I'm telling you, you just enjoy a discount and enjoy being a part of a crafty community. Yes, you do have to spend a minimum quarterly amount, but if you don't make that minimum quarterly amount, you can always turn around and rejoin again if you have the $169 again. So, but I would love to invite you into my Wild Heart Crafters team and enjoy a crafty community. So thank you, everyone. And please give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you're watching back later on, please don't forget to comment, because I always love going back and seeing everybody's comments. And thank you for hanging out with me on a Saturday morning and spending a bit of crafty time with me. So once again, my name's Donna Gray and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia. I sell all things to do with paper crafting, for anything that you would need to start your paper crafting, whether you are brand new to crafting or whether you've been crafting for years and you absolutely love all the products. It is really awesome to be a part of our Wild Heart Crafters team. Thanks, everyone.